Introducing a podcast like no other. Set your whole shot device and rev up your engine. It's time for the Gate Drop Podcast.
What is going on, everybody? It has been a very long time since we've done an episode of the Gate Drop, but we are back, and we are back for good. We are joined today by my amazing cousin, Adam. Adam, say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up?
So, like I said, it's been a long time since we've done an episode like this, and a lot has happened. The 26 Supercross season just wrapped up. Hayden Deegan and Cole Davies both took both of the 250 coasts. Obviously, Hayden Deegan taking west, Cole Davies taking east. And the upset to the championship, Kickstart Kenny takes the 450 Supercross title. Man, I'm telling you, nobody has deserved a Supercross championship more than Kenny has.
It was an emotional win for sure. It was good. He's been hammering for years and years and just hasn't quite gotten there, and he finally got it. So kudos to him. That's freaking awesome.
Without a doubt, especially after that horrific injury in 2017. For anybody else, that was a career ender right there. Anybody else would have been done, never thrown their leg over a bike again. But Kenny has such a grit and determination about him that despite all these setbacks from that wreck 9 years ago, it's been 9 years. This dude has been just gritting through the pain and refusing to give up, and it finally paid off. He won the championship by 3 points. 3 points. We have not seen a championship battle that tight since 2006 with Carmichael, Reed, and Stewart.
Yep.
And keep in mind, back in 06,
crazy.
Carmichael won that title. I think it was by a single point, if I remember correct.
It wasn't by much. It was so close.
And I am not afraid to admit this, and I will own this. As soon as Kenny crossed that finish line, I started tearing up.
Yeah, me too.
I started tearing up.
All the guys were getting their congrats in.
Well, just the raw emotion and the relief Kenny must have been feeling in that moment, knowing he finally made the dream happen, even though it has been way long overdue for him.
Yeah,
way overdue. And then
that was a tearjerker.
Then to see almost the entire field ride right up next to him and congratulate him. I mean, come on. That is pure class.
Good stuff. It was good. There was a lot of people pulling for him, you know, like I told you the other day, Hunter still has a lot of years left in the class. I'm sure he's going to be up there. He's always going to be up there. So good job to Hunter. He had a really great season. I thought it was going to be him and Tomac coming down to it, but you never know what's going to happen with racing, man.
No, you never know. And that's what I love about this sport is nothing is ever set in stone. Anything can happen at any time. Obviously, when it comes to the premier class, I'm a Tomac guy. Tomac's been my guy since 2015, back when he was on Geico Honda. But I mean, and obviously, I was a little bummed when Tomac had his injuries and he missed races and he was out of championship contention. But I will say that even though I was rooting for Kenny to get this championship, I would not have been upset to see Hunter win it.
Yeah, me neither.
Because think about it. Even though Hunter is the older brother, their entire professional career, Hunter has been living in the shadow of his brother Jet. And nothing against Jet. Jet's fucking amazing. He's one of the fastest to ever throw his leg over a bike. And so is Hunter. But I feel like when Jet got hurt, it wasn't, how do I put this? For me, the situation wasn't that Hunter needed to step up, so he can keep the Lawrence name out there. It was, okay, Jet's not in it. Now it's time for Hunter to rise to the occasion, and let's see what Hunter is all about. And he came out there for the entire season, and he showed everybody what he is capable of. He is not, he's not second best. He's not runner up to Jet. He's his own man, and he proved to the world this Supercross season that he is more than capable of beating anybody any weekend, which I think is a huge confidence boost to him. And I hope he takes it
for
that
sure. Definitely. That was a gnarly
But
crash that he had. Did you see that?
I know. I was bummed when he went down.
It looked like he landed right on his bike.
Well, so what happened, from what I saw, what happened, he was going through the rhythm section right before the whoops. And it's almost like when he landed, he was leaning a little far forward, and that caused his front end to just bury, and it just lost all the momentum, all the weight shifted forward, and he just dumped it. Luckily, it was something super, super simple like that and not something worse. But I knew for a fact as soon as that happened, championship's done. That's over. Kenny's got it.
Yep.
Because all Kenny had to do was finish ahead of Hunter. That's it. Even if Hunter crashes out and he goes off the track early, gets a DNF, and Roczen comes in dead last, but still finishes the race, Roczen gets the championship.
Yep. Yeah, it was
that over. Was Roczen. I will say though, Hunter deserved to be in that title fight. He really did.
Oh, no doubt about it. He proved it all season.
Like I said, I would not have been upset at all. I would have been super happy for him if he did clinch it. But the reason why I wanted Kenny to win, obviously I've been a Ken Roczen fan a lot longer than I've been a Hunter Lawrence fan.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that Hunter has more time left in his career than Kenny does. And Kenny has been so close to the championship so many times.
I know.
Whether it's bike problems or illness or injuries, he's always, unfortunately, came up short. So I feel like for this one, nobody deserved it more than Ken. As much as I would have been happy to see Hunter Lawrence take the championship, or how ecstatic I would have been to see Tomac win his third, Roczen needed this for sure. He needed this. Now he can check that off his bucket list. He can start focusing on outdoors. If he is going to run outdoors, I don't know if he's going to or not. He may run another, Supercross only contract like he did in previous years. So whatever happens, I'm excited to see what Roczen can do moving forward, knowing he's not chasing his first Supercross championship anymore. He is a 2-time outdoor champion. So I'm excited to see what Roczen has in store for everybody moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a stacked outdoors, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hayden Deegan's moving up. He's forced to move up now because he's won, 2 back-to-back Supercross championships on the West Coast. So now, per AMA regulations, he is forced to move up. I don't know how the remainder of this year is going to go with Deegan on the 450s, because he's looking really, really good. He's looking really fast and comfortable on the bike at the farm, but his only race experience on the 450 is Argentina for World Supercross
and Australia.
And he looked really, really good during that. Don't get me wrong. He was ripping. However, I think the best course of action is for Deegan and Star Yamaha to not go into outdoors and SMX with the goal of winning races and championships. That should not be the goal this year.
No, I don't think it is.
This needs to be a learning year for Deegan on the 450. Yeah. This needs to be him just logging laps, getting experiences up there with the big dogs, learning what will fly, what won't fly, and just getting a feel for everybody, because it's a whole new level of competition now.
Yep. He's up on top now.
That being said, I'm not going to rule Deegan out for race or for moto or overall wins.
Yeah.
I won't rule him out.
My guess is,
because
I honestly think he's gonna get up there in the mix, which is good. He's going to learn so much more now. Like, I think he's actually excited because he's just a sponge. He loves learning new stuff. He loves a challenge, and he runs to it every time. So But do I think he's going to take the title? No, not this year. So, but yeah, learning, just like his rookie year on the 250. Just soak it all in and learn.
Who do you have winning outdoors this year?
On the 250?
Both classes.
I think if Joe comes in from this injury, in good shape, I think Joe could take it. He was ripping last year. He always does pretty good in SMX. He can get it. He's up there. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what Cole can do outdoors.
Joe is a very, very solid pick. There's a lot of guys still the 250 class that can go out and be a title contender. Cole Davies, one of them. Joe Shimoda, one of them. Chance Hymas is another one, as long as he can stay healthy. Levi Kitchen, he's slightly better outdoors than he is Supercross. Not to say he's bad at Supercross, because he's not. He just needs to get better starts. That's what's holding him back, or what held him back this Supercross season is just his starts.
Yeah.
There's quite a few title contenders for the 250 class. Who do you got for 450s?
Honestly, normally I would honestly probably pick Jet, but a lot of that depends on what's going to play out with this injury, so there's a lot depending on that.
Right.
And the kind of, how he is percentage wise coming in. Like, there's variables to it, like all things.
Absolutely. I mean, with the uncertainty of Jet being back to racing for round one or not, it's really hard to make that distinction in the 450 class, because, what happens if Jet comes back and he races, but he's got to hold himself back a little bit? That ruins it. That could potentially ruin his championship run. If he decides not to come back, misses round one, round two, round three, or whatever, until he knows he's at 100%, then he can kiss his championship run for outdoors at least goodbye, potentially.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's really hard to determine whether Jet's going to be back or not, because we've heard he's going to miss the first 1, 2, 3 rounds to make sure he's 100%, and then just earlier this week we heard from Honda HRC that Jet is showing riding ability and speed reminiscent of him prior to his injury. So it's that one's a toss-up. I just hope that when Jet does come back, that he's at 100%. I would much rather Jet sit a few rounds out and have no chance for an outdoor title this year.
Just to make sure
that when he does come back, there's no risk of nagging injuries. Because if you paid attention to his interviews during yesterday's race in Supercross, he did say that using his rear brake with his foot is difficult because he doesn't have his full range of motion in his ankle yet, and he probably won't until he hits that year mark since his injury.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to see him come back and then immediately get hurt and struggle with pain and injuries and fitness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want Jet to come back and be in peak Jet form, or as peak as can be from the get-go.
Yeah.
Now, this may be a bold prediction, but when it comes to the Premier class, if we're putting Jet Lawrence aside, I don't see any reason why Hunter would not take the outdoor title this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, if Hunter doesn't take it, it's probably going to be Prado.
He's looking better.
Not only is he looking better, I mean, outdoors is Prado's bread and butter. Yes, the tracks are a whole lot different than they are for MXGP.
Yeah.
However, if you look back throughout the Supercross season, what's the one thing Prado excelled at above everybody else? Starts.
Yeah. Yeah. His starts are looking good.
How many times have we seen a 450 main event in Supercross and Prado is in the top 3?
Yeah. His starts are always pretty good.
We all know that Prado has the ability to start out front. Now, if he can manage his pace and stay out front, he's going to be winning motos left and right.
Yeah.
And honestly, Prado is my favorite to win outdoors this year. 100% Prado.
Okay.
As much as I would love, as much as I would love Tomac to take it, looking at it objectively and pragmatically, Prado and Hunter, either one, Prado or Hunter, are taking outdoors.
Okay, I'll throw a bold one out there. I got a bold one too. I've actually got Deegan second, Sexton first.
You think Sexton's going to win it again?
He definitely can. His speed has never been a question, but no, I'd like to see him work on his starts a little more.
Sexton's speed and fitness and riding ability have never been in question, ever. When it comes to those 3 things, Sexton is at the top of that list. However, there is one thing Sexton lacks compared to everybody else, and that is consistency.
Yeah, he needs to get more. I'd like to see him get more comfortable on the bike.
And it's the first year after switching to a new manufacturer is always extremely difficult. You're on a whole new platform, whole new bike, whole new team, and you're spending God knows how long, even most of the year, realistically testing bike settings and still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. That being said, in the last year or two, Sexton's consistency on the bike has been a big roller coaster. So, I hate to say it, but his good performances have been few and far between so far.
Yeah.
Now, this is not me saying that he's not going to go out there. He's not going to win motos. He's not going to win overalls. That's not what I'm saying. He is more than capable of doing that on any bike. But if we're going just based off of what 2026 has shown us so far, can you really blame me for thinking the way I'm thinking?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Gotta look at the whole big picture. And he's not getting any younger.
No, he's not. Not to say he's getting old. Sexton's still younger than me.
Yeah.
And I'm only 26.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just unless Sexton shows us that he can be more consistent and realistically stay on the bike and mitigate his mistakes, I don't see him as a serious contender for the title this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for outdoors.
Yeah.
But I will say Sexton is better at outdoors than he is Supercross. So I do have hope for him.
Yeah.
I do want to see him out front. I want to see him get moto wins. I want to see him get overall wins because regardless of his switch in the offseason from KTM to Kawasaki, we all know he has the ability to go out there and win.
Mm-hmm.
He has the ability to win at any track, any weekend. He just hasn't been showing it so far this year, which is it's tough. It honestly is. It's tough. But I hope that whatever issues that are holding him back are gone, or at least close to being gone, because Sexton's a phenomenal rider. He is. He's phenomenal. He just needs to show it.
Yep.
He's got to back it up. He's got to back it up. Another thing we recently heard, Rockstar Husqvarna is making their exit after the outdoor season this year. They will no longer be a team. They are going to stay in the sport. They're not leaving the sport. However, they're not going to be a team, an official race team anymore. Instead, they are going to be focusing on helping and assisting privateer guys with motors, suspension, parts, all this other stuff, and trying to elevate the privateer guys, which is awesome because the privateers need it.
Yeah, they need all the help they can get.
Absolutely. Now, there has been a little controversy going throughout the sport, especially at the pro level in recent weeks. And a lot of it is based on miscommunication and misunderstandings.
Yep.
This whole controversy started when Jace from Gypsy Tales on his podcast said, "Fuck the privateers."
I remember.
And that sparked a lot of intense feelings and opinions. And after listening to everything and going back and watching the whole episode, what I'm about to say, you can believe it if you want. And if you don't believe it, that is perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. However, I am going to deliver the context of why Jace said, "Fuck the privateers." He is not against privateer riders in the sport at all whatsoever. The context of Jace saying that is he was having a conversation with an individual from the AMA. And I believe this whole conversation sparked from earlier in the season with lappers and lappers getting in the way of the leaders and holding up traffic and all this other stuff. And Jace was saying, like, look, we need to come up with a different method for notifying riders on the tracks, whether that's one-way comms in the riders' helmets, so only the crew chief or only the mechanic can talk to them, and it's one-way communication or can't talk back to them.
I like that, actually.
Or something. I do too. Personally, I love that idea. And the only rebuttal that the other gentleman had to Jace was, what about the privateers? What if the privateers can't afford it? And that's what sparked Jason to go, fuck the privateers. He's not talking about guys like Kevin Morans and Freddie Noren who continuously qualify for the night show. He's not talking about the privateers that are paying out of their own pocket but still qualifying for the main event. He's not talking about those guys. He's talking about the guys that show up and that routinely do not even qualify for the heat races. He's talking about those guys. And I 100% agree with him. I think it's a little ridiculous that the bar that is set for this sport at the highest level is so low that at least in the 450s, potentially anybody can go out, buy a stock bike and gear, show up to a race, and try to qualify. Because if you look at it, almost half of the money and time that is spent on Supercross is spent on riders who will not qualify for the night show. And the people that Jace was talking about when he said, fuck the privateers, one, are guys that are not good enough to even qualify for a heat race. And two, he's talking about the guys that they may qualify for the heat races, but they've spent so much time and so much money, and throughout the season, they may qualify for a main event twice out of 17 rounds, if that.
Yeah.
He's talking about those guys. And honestly, the bar needs to be raised in the sport. It does.
I agree.
It needs to be raised. If that means, we have fewer guys trying to qualify for races, that's good, because that means there's not as much time and money being spent on people that we know are not going to even make it into a heat race.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about East-West shootouts. I'm not talking about Triple Crowns. I'm talking your standard format rounds, where it's 2 heat races, an LCQ, and a main event per class. If you cannot qualify for a heat race and you are spending all of your free time trying to make it in, all of your money trying to make it in, only to not get even a penny back, just accept the fact that you're not good enough at this level. Not to say they're not good riders. They're phenomenal guys. The guys that don't qualify for the heat races are wicked fucking fast. They're just not at the level they need to be for the top level of the sport. And that's okay. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be more support for for those guys. And honestly, there needs to be more sanctioned race series for those guys. Like, I don't know. There needs to be more opportunities for the guys that frankly are not good enough to compete at the top level.
Yeah.
That way they can continue to develop their skills, hone their racecraft, still do what they absolutely love to do, even in a professional sense, but they're not going out and having their dreams crushed and then giving up on the sport because they can't qualify for a heat race.
Yeah.
There needs to be more support for the lower levels of racing than just SMX. And
Yep, I agree.
And you could, like I said, you guys can agree with me or not. No skin off my back. If you completely disagree, that's fine. If you want to call me an asshole and a piece of shit for thinking that way, go for it. I don't care. It's no skin off my back. I'm going to call it the way I see it. And to everybody that is going to potentially leave hate comments, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, I want to personally thank you for leaving those hate comments because you're just driving up my engagement and extending my reach. So thank you for that. And I appreciate it.
Yeah. Always appreciate the feedback. It's not always the kind of feedback you want, but feedback is feedback.
Feedback is feedback, good and bad. Now, if someone leaves a comment saying they completely disagree with what you're saying and here's why, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I have no problem taking that criticism and analyzing where they're coming from versus my point of view and appreciating what they're trying to say. It's the people that just comment, oh, you're wrong, or you're an asshole, or you're fucking stupid. I don't have the time, nor the patience, nor the want to really deal with that stuff. One thing I'm going to say is, hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for the engagement because you're boosting my numbers. That's all I got to say to those people. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sad to see Husky going away.
Yeah, me too. Less opportunities.
Yeah, less opportunities, but hopefully everybody on that team secures a ride prior to the playoffs. I know Ryder D and Dax Bennick, I'm pretty sure they had contracts through 2027. So they're more than likely going to get folded into KTM for their 250 class. I haven't heard anything on Malcolm Stewart or RJ.
Yeah, they're right.
Honestly, I can see RJ going to Triumph, and I can see
be a good fit.
I think it would be too. I think if RJ does go to Triumph, it's just going to elevate Triumph a little bit.
Yeah,
because they're putting their 450 program solely on Jordan Smith's shoulders, and Jordan Smith won a 250 main on the Triumph, but as much as I like the guy and I like seeing him ride when he's healthy, he's not doing it for the 450 class. Triumph needs someone like RJ or even Malcolm Stewart. But I can see Malcolm going to HEP Suzuki. I think Suzuki would be a good place for Malcolm because as much as I hate to say this, I don't think Anderson's coming back.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's coming back. I think him stepping away for his family matters was really him retiring.
Yeah.
I wish that wasn't the case because I love Anderson. I love watching him ride. I love his riding style, but I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I don't either.
I pray to God I'm wrong, but I just don't see it.
Yeah.
So I feel like after this outdoor season, if HEP Suzuki could pick up Malcolm Stewart, they're in a really good position, especially in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll see though.
We'll see. Will. I'm already getting in the MX zone, man. I'm ready. I am ready.
Yeah, because you're going to Washougal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I wish I could go too. But I went to Seattle, so I'm happy. My bucket list is checked off.
Yeah.
Maybe once the kiddos are a little bit older, we'll go to Washougal.
It's hot. End of July. Gotta love it, man. It's been in the mid-90s the last 3 years there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be something else. I know that for a fact. It's going to be something else. And I want to see Deegan up front battling with the top guys. We know he has the speed, the aggression, and the drive to do it. In fact, he's got all the tools he needs to go out there and win motos and overalls on the 450. It all comes down to his comfort level, which it's going to be difficult for him. Yeah, but
it's hungry.
I know it's going to be difficult for him to do the smart thing, which is take a step back, put your pride aside, your wants, your dreams, your desires aside for this year, and just focus solely on logging laps and doing what he needs to do to get comfortable on the bike. Then once he's completely comfortable on the bike, then he can start pushing it. I hope that's what he does, because how many times have we seen guys that completely dominate the 250 class move up and struggle?
It happens
way more than it should. And I don't want to see that happen with Deegan, because he's riding honestly, he's riding like RC.
Yeah.
He's riding like RC, Reed, Stewart, Dungey, Villapoto, all these fantastic guys who have secured multiple championship titles. He's riding like them. And we know he can be that guy. He's more than capable of doing it. I just want to make sure before he starts going after that he has all the tools he needs in order to do so. And if he's not completely comfortable on that bike before he starts pushing it, that just opens up the door for mistakes, wrecks, injuries. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Because as you can see,
I'll have to wait and see.
I'm a Deegan fan. I've been a fan of his since he was like 13.
Yep, me too. Just came across him on YouTube one day. I was like, who is this kid? I know who he was. And I was like, oh boy, this is going to get interesting. And it has been. It's been a pretty cool ride.
Who's this kid just ripping on 85s and super minis?
Yeah. Yeah, he was hitting doubles on an 85. This kid's going to be something else.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like if Deegan is going to push it on the 450 this year, he needs to wait till the playoffs.
Yeah.
He needs to wait for the playoffs, to wait till it's not a strict outdoor setting. It's a mix between outdoors and Supercross. Because as great as he is outdoors, he is just as good at Supercross, and that just gives him more time to get comfortable, figure out where his bike settings and his setups need to be, where his mindset needs to be, where his fitness needs to be. That
just
way,
ease into it.
Absolutely. That way he can go into these playoff rounds in September in top form and just smoke check everybody.
Yeah.
That being said, whole different level of competition. Different level.
A lot of guys
it's not going to be near. Well, not only that, but these guys on the 450s, they're on a whole nother level. And they're not going to take the same crap that a lot of these younger 250 guys are.
Nope.
Not only that, his season is going from 21, 22 rounds to 31. He's not riding a 9-round Supercross season anymore. He's going to be riding 17 rounds next year.
Yep.
So he's got to prepare for that too.
Yeah.
It all comes down to fitness. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to fitness. Whoever's the most fit stays the healthiest and the most consistent throughout the year, they're going to be in the title fight. So I don't think Deegan needs to focus so much on speed and aggression and bike control. He's pretty much got those down pat. He needs to focus on fitness, endurance, consistency.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like Deegan needs to ride like Jet. He needs to ride like Jet or ride like Webb. He needs to figure out his starts. Yeah, absolutely. He needs to figure out his starts, get his starts consistent and dialed in. Once he does that, and he has the ability to get hole shots. He can check out, get a little bit of a lead, and then do what Jet does and just manage that lead throughout the race. The guy in second picks up the pace a little bit, starts closing in. He picks up the pace, starts closing in until that gap, whatever it is, that goal gap is set, and keep it there.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't get a great start and he comes out of the first turn mid-pack, and he needs to ride like Cooper Webb, ride like a freight train, pace yourself in the beginning, and with every lap, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. Because especially in the outdoor season, when you got 2 30-minute motos, he is going to have a lot more in the tank come the end of the moto than the rest of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like that's what he needs to focus on in order to succeed.
Yeah.
I very well could be completely wrong, and that's okay. He could do the exact opposite and just go out sprint lap and in like 4 or 5 laps get a crazy freaking lead and then start backing off. And maybe that works for him. If it does, great. Run with it. I just don't see that as the best strategy. But like I said, if it works for him, great. Run with it. He needs to do whatever works for him.
Yep.
But I just want to see him stay healthy, stay fit, run up front, get some moto wins, get some overall wins, be in the championship hunt. If he doesn't win it, I'd love to see him win it. I would love that. I just don't see that happening.
Mind.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. I'd go ballistic. I just don't see that happening for the first year or two.
Not this year. Yeah.
I don't see it happening. Now, he could be the second coming of Jet Lawrence. He could very well do what Jet Lawrence did when Jet moved up. Mm-hmm. Be completely dominant. And in 4 years, win every single title there is. He's got the ability to do it.
He does.
Not saying he can't do it, because he can. Who knows?
All the variables.
Oh, yeah. Only time's going to tell.
Yep.
Only time will tell. But
ready.
I don't know. All I know is it's going to be a very interesting season. There's a lot of unknowns right now. Mm-hmm. And the closer we get to round 1 at Paula, I feel like the first 3 rounds are going to set the tone for how the rest of the season's going to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very curious to see how things play out.
I think that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to cut it early because I know you got stuff to do. I got stuff to do.
Everybody's got stuff to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to end it here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave me any feedback or anything you want to say in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever have you. And we will see you guys next week.
See you later.